Our family of 7 spends $500 a month on groceries and consumables. It used to be even less than that. I often get asked how we do it, so today I'm going to share 15 tips to help you save with your consumables. Hey there, Brittany Flammer here with videos all about budgeting and money saving tips. If those interest you, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. When I say consumables, I mean things we consume or use up and buy over and over again. Cleaning supplies, diapers, paper towels, those types of things that you can buy at just a regular grocery store. First tip for saving on consumables is to know your price per unit. You have to have a good baseline and know what a normal price is, because different stores sell things in different sizes. At Sam's or Costco, you might buy 20 rolls of toilet paper. At the grocery store, it might be 4. So you need to figure out what a good price is per unit. You need to know how much you're paying per roll of toilet paper, per paper towel, per dishwasher tab, so that you can compare. We used to live near a Sam's Club and an Aldi's. You would automatically think that Sam's Club is cheaper in things, but not always. A lot of times when I looked at the unit price, Aldi was actually cheaper than Sam's Club. So look at the unit price. The second tip for saving on consumables is to buy when things are on sale. If you've done number 1 and you know what the normal price is, when things go on sale for a good price, then you buy extra. I like to stock up, but even if you just buy 1 or 2 extra, then you have a supply on hand. So when you run out of that tube of toothpaste, you go to the closet and grab one that you bought when it was on sale instead of running out to the store and paying full price. Third tip for saving is to buy the generic or store brand. I love buying generic. If you saw my video with 50 frugal living tips, you know that I do this. Generic brands are so much cheaper. Just the other day, I needed to buy some hand soap. I was at the store, soft soap, the brand soft soap, was $1 for a little thing of soap. Went right next to it on the shelf was the store brand for 75 cents. It's the same everything, same size, they even look alike, but it's 25 cents cheaper. Now, I know you're thinking 25 cents isn't that big of a deal, but when you're looking at it, that's 25%. What if you could save 25% or more on everything you buy? That adds up. We have saved hundreds of dollars per year by buying generic or less expensive brands of diapers than Pampers. It does add up. So when you have the chance, buy the generic brand. Fourth tip for saving on consumables is to buy in bulk. Now, I know you need to know the unit price, but there are a lot of things that are cheaper at wholesale bulk stores like Sam's Club or Costco. For example, there's a big bag of trail mix that we love. I buy it, but if I just stick it in the cupboard, then it'll be gone in a couple of days. So what I do is I divide it up into smaller portions when I get home. I put that trail mix into small snack size bags, and then I put those up into the cupboard. So it will prolong the use. It will make it last a lot longer. I do the same thing with paper towels or goldfish. We buy huge bags, big box of goldfish at Sam's Club comes with 2 big bags in it. I put 1 bag in our pantry. I put the other bag in storage away so we don't see it. It's out of sight, out of mind. Tip number 5 is to reuse items, even if they're not meant to be reused. I love to use Ziploc baggies again and again. When I'm using them, filling them with trail mix or dry ingredients like that, I just dump out the crumbs and reuse them. Sometimes I rinse them out, hang them up to dry and reuse them. If they're really nasty and gross or they've had meat and stuff like that, then I just toss them. But majority of the time what we use them for, they don't get that dirty, so I can reuse them. Same thing with glass jars. When I buy salsa or spaghetti sauce, I'll just wash out the jars and reuse them for all sorts of things. I use them to freeze stuff in our freezer, use them when I divide up our snacks that I buy in bulk, use them for a board jar, for a journal jar, for my kids. So many different uses. Tip number 6 is to shop at the dollar store. There are so many great deals to be found there. Not everything is a great deal, so you've got to know your prices, but some of the things that I buy there regularly are cleaning sponges. I can get 6 sponges for $1 compared to a much higher price at my local Walmart. I also like to get gift bags. They have toothbrushes. I can get 3 or 4 or 5 toothbrushes for $1. I can get flossers. I get packages of stickers for $1. There are so many things to be had at your dollar store. Tip number 7 is to DIY cleaning supplies. Make your own cleaners. With just a few basic ingredients that are cheap, you can make almost all the cleaning solutions that you need for your house. Even laundry soap. I don't do this as much as I used to, I will be honest. Now for laundry soap, I buy it in bulk at Sam's Club when it's on instant rebate. It's just worth it to me for the time, and I feel like it does a better job. But there was a time when I made almost all of our cleaning supplies with a few basic ingredients, a spray bottle from the dollar store. It didn't cost very much and it lasts a long time. Tip number 8 is to try cashback apps. Ibotta, Shopkick, and Fetch are the best ones for consumables. I have videos explaining how to use all of them. I will link them in the description box below. It is not the best way to save on consumables, but you can get some cash back while you're buying stuff you need to buy anyway. Tip number 9 is to repurpose old items. Say you have a towel that's got a stain on it or looking rough and scraggly around the edges, or maybe a t-shirt that has stains or that your child has grown out of, cut them up and use them for rags. Take your grocery sacks from the grocery store, reuse them as garbage sacks. There are so many things you can repurpose so that you don't have to buy new ones. Tip number 10 is to look at quality. There are times when I would rather spend more money to buy a quality item because it will last longer. Let's talk about shoes as an example. As my kids get older and they don't grow as much, they can wear shoes for longer. I will buy one pair of quality shoes. I'll buy one nice pair of tennis shoes. They will last the entire year, so I don't have to buy them throughout the year. Or we bought a pair of Chacos for my daughter one spring. Rather than buying flip-flops and sandals, we bought one nice pair of Chacos. They have now been around for 3 years. She has since outgrown them and they've gone down to our next daughter and they still are in great shape. So it was worth it to me to spend more up front because it lasts longer. Tip number 11 is to use less. Use less shampoo, soap. I don't use shaving cream, I just use soap. I use bar soap instead of liquid soap because it lasts longer. If you've got kids, teach them how much they should use. They don't need a ton of toothpaste, they just need a pea size. So show them how much toothpaste they need. Show them how much shampoo or conditioner they need. Just by teaching your kids how much to use, they will use less. I only wash my hair once a week. My hair stays fine and clean. It's gotten used to it. A bottle of shampoo will last me for an entire year. So just be aware of how much you're using and try to use a little bit less. Tip number 12 is all about ink, printer ink to be specific. We have now purchased and been using for a few years an eco tank, which means you pay a lot for it up front, but the ink lasts for a long time. We're going on multiple years. Our ink is still lasting. So in the long run, it's been worth it and we really like it. But even if you don't have that or don't want to invest in something like that, there are things you can do. Print in draft mode. 90% of what we print is not going to be put up on a wall to be displayed and doesn't need to be great quality. So I like to print in draft mode, and then I like my default to be in draft mode, and then if I want something to be a little bit sharper or crisper, I take it out of draft mode. We also have a stack of used papers. You ever print things on one side and you have to reprint and you just get scrap paper? We have a bin, so if our kids want paper, they go to the scrap bin. Or if they're printing out stuff just to color or just for fun, then they will put scrap paper into the printer rather than using brand new nice paper, so it makes our paper last a lot longer. Number 13 is to buy used. Now, a lot of consumable products you can't really buy used. I'm thinking more kids and kid products, kids' toys, things like that, which aren't technically consumables, but they kind of feel like it because our kids get something, play with it, and then get rid of it. So buy used. You'll save so much money buying toys and things like that used. Your kids probably won't care, and when they want to get rid of it a few months later, you didn't waste that much money. Tip number 14 is to inventory what you have. I love having an inventory for my freezer and for my pantry so that I know how much soap I have on hand. I know how much shampoo we have. I know what we have, so I don't go buy it unless we actually need it. Tip number 15 to saving on your consumables is a plain Jane envelope. Figure out how much you have in your budget for groceries and consumables every month. Divide it by 4 and then write it right here on your envelope. And as you buy stuff, subtract. When you run out of money, you stop spending for the week until the next week rolls around. This helps so much when sticking to a budget. I have a video all about this. I will have it playing right over there for you to check out if you're interested. If you'd like to see how we save money by buying things in bulk at Sam's Club, make sure you're subscribed and check out my next video. Thanks so much. See you in the next video.